Hello, YouTube. Today is October 21st, 2025, and you're actually watching the second segment of today's video. The first segment unfortunately got deleted by accident, so I apologize for that. So I made two trips to Hy-Vee today. The first was actually buying, all the groceries for the dinner. Okay, I bought seafood, and then ate it already. The reason I'm making, or I just made the second trip to Hy-Vee, is because one, I realized we ran out of eggs, and two, we ran out of tomatoes. Yeah. And number three is because my wife wants to make some special dessert using pear, and we don't have pear in the fridge. So I just went back to the grocery store, very close by, and just bought everything. So this is the egg. These are 4 tomatoes, 1 pear, and I'm gonna show you the invoice right now. All right, so the pear by itself costs $1.13. I mean, oh my God, one fruit costs more than $1, and it's actually $2 per pound, which by itself it's not really that expensive, but I don't know. It's just like shocking to me that one fruit costs more than $1. Tomatoes are very cheap. I bought 4 of them. Only came down to 66 cents. Okay, I did buy the Roma tomatoes. I think I was like talking about considering buying more expensive tomatoes for this month. But I was looking at all the different kinds of tomatoes. I mean, some are very expensive, right? Like Roma tomatoes cost what, 92 cents per pound, right? And there are other types that some cost like $3 per pound. Anyways, the reason I didn't buy those more expensive ones is it's just too big. Like I eat 1 tomato every day just for nutrition purposes. So it's not like, it's not a situation where the bigger the better or the more the better. And really none of them are organic. If Hy-Vee actually has organic tomatoes, I would buy it. But if it's just like different brands of tomatoes, I don't really see like how one is better than the other, right? Like unless there's some literature out there that could show me otherwise. But so I don't really think like buying Roma tomatoes is as if like I'm buying a worse product. It's just buying a cheaper product. Anyways, that's just my thought process. And the third one is the egg, which is actually not that expensive. I bought this organic brand from Hy-Vee. It's like Hy-Vee brand of organic egg. Less than $5, 12 eggs. It's not that bad. I think the regular egg or the non-organic ones, you can probably get like $4. You can get probably 18 eggs. So it's not really that expensive. And again, there are more expensive organic eggs at Hy-Vee, but again, didn't really see any difference, right? If there's a brand of organic egg that has, it's enriched in this certain vitamin, maybe I'll try that one. But none of them has any significant differences compared to this Hy-Vee brand. So that I just stuck with the Hy-Vee brand. So all 3 items came down to a total of $6.27. For my first trip, so this is the second trip. The first trip cost me about $24. Again, I'll show you the screenshot of what I bought. So I bought 10 shrimps. I didn't really buy the most expensive shrimp, which is a mistake. I should have bought that just for the sake of the project. But those are $10.99 per pound, but only cost me like $2. So shrimp is like surprisingly inexpensive, right? Even though it's $11 per pound, but because they weigh so little, like you can buy 10 shrimps and probably comes down to like 0.2 pounds. So you don't really pay that much. What is expensive is fish and scallops. By the way, I did decide to cook seafood today. If you saw my post from yesterday, I ate beef. And if you remember my food rotation, meat rotation, it's beef, seafood, pork, chicken. So yesterday was beef, today is seafood. So I cooked some seafood today, and I'll show you a picture of the final product. And about fish, scallops, $25 per pound. So about 6 pieces cost me over $8. And then the fish, I bought like this one strip of a cod fillet. I asked the vendor for like the smallest piece, and that was like less than $8, $7.90 something. I also bought like actually 3 garlic, like whole garlic. It's on sale on Hy-Vee today. It's like 3 whole garlics for $2, so I just bought those. And I also bought this pot of it's actually growing in a pot of like fresh basil leaves. So about that, it was $4. So that one came down to $24. So 24 plus, the second trip is $6, about $30. So I spent $30 on grocery alone today. Now, good thing is I didn't really spend anything. I didn't spend any money on anything else. I was thinking about, because I woke up late, so I was thinking about going to McDonald's for just buy some like breakfast sandwiches. I resisted that urge because I was like trying to make this video, and I don't want to ruin anything. I don't want to ruin the data. I want to introduce any biases into the data. So like I didn't buy it. I just I got up, I made like a fried egg, and that's my breakfast. So anyways, that's basically the summary of October 21st, 2025. See you guys tomorrow.